Hello, everyone. It's Mike from Downtown Comics, and I'm here. It's another Friday, and I'm going to take a few minutes to go over some of the titles I think are worthy of looking at for last call. These are going to be due over the weekend of February 22nd, 2026. And of course, you want to check with your local comic shop. Hopefully it's ours, but hey, maybe you don't live in our state or near me. All right, well, let's get going. So let's see. We'll start off small. Marvel doesn't have really anything much to talk about this week. Most of them is just second and third issues of titles that have already gotten #1. So if you like them or you think you're going to buy them, you may want to check to make sure you've got an order in. But three things I noticed. The Age of Revelation storyline for the X-Men, if you just passed on it but still want to read it, it looks like it's going to be reprinted in 3 trades. I was wondering how they were going to do it, but they're soliciting 3 trades all at once. So that's what that looks like. There's a new Venom title coming up, a companion one called Web of Venom. I don't know whether it's an anthology series or whether it is a something brand new. So we'll see about that. And lastly, right around the movie for the Fantastic Four last summer, there was a one-shot set in the universe of the Fantastic Four movie series. Looks like that's coming back. So there's a new title, Fantastic Four First Foes. So it looks like maybe it'll provide some backstory to some of the adventures that this Fantastic Four had in their universe. So if you're a fan of checking out that, you may want to add that to your list. All right. Going to DC, however, DC's got quite a bit. Obviously, after KO ends, they've got a whole new crop of new titles coming out. So this week, it is Batwoman, Lobo, and Deathstroke, 3 characters that haven't had titles since, I think Deathstroke and Batwoman was 2016. Lobo, I think this is traditional Lobo, but the weird Lobo was like 2012, 2013. So yeah, those titles are coming back. So check those out. The Vertigo title Bleeding Hearts #1 gets a second print. So if you missed that, you want to get in on that. And then I'm going to go ahead and pimp End of Life #2. We had Kyle Starks here. He was great, and I think everyone had a good time. And if you checked out the #1 and you do want to make sure you get #2, please put in a special order for that. That way we can check the numbers and see, who's coming back for more or who maybe just bought the #1 because Kyle was in our store. So it's tough to figure out that number. And then lastly, Titans is doing a name change. So for they're not restarting it at #1, similar to Aquaman I talked about last week. Their title is changing from Titans to New Titans. This shouldn't affect most pull lists because it's going from like issue 20 something to the just next issue. So whatever that is, 26 to 27 or whatever. So again, but it is a great jumping on point. So if you want to check out whatever they're going to do with Titans, this will be your opportunity to get an order in for that. All right. A couple of the smaller publishers, Dark Horse. If you're a Gru fan, there's a new Gru miniseries starting up. So you're going to want to put in an order for that. Make sure you got that going. And then Dynamite, if you're a fan of either Thundercats or Silverhawks, they're actually doing a crossover. So that is a one-shot and probably leads into a miniseries or something else, or maybe, back and forth between the 2 titles. So you'll probably want to make sure you get that in. All right. Lastly, let's talk about Image. Okay. 2 of the bigger books that have come out in the last couple of weeks. So Dork #1 is getting a 3rd print. So if you waited and thought that there'd be plenty of second prints and maybe in your local area there will be, but you still missed it or you want to be a completist, the 3rd print is on last call. So you're going to want to put in an order for that. And then White Sky, the new hotness, the 2nd print is offered this weekend. So don't wait, get it in for White Sky #1, and then go ahead and add #2 as well, just to make sure. And then lastly, we have Battle Beast. So Battle Beast is coming back for a new arc with #7, and they're going to go ahead and do new printings on 1 through 6. So even though most stores probably have 1 through 6 still on the rack, or in their, I don't think there was any shortage of them. But in case they don't, and you want to get the originals and you don't want the trade, which is already out, then here's your opportunity to get 1 through 6 in new printings. And then, of course, #7, if you want to get back in on it, because there has been quite a bit of a lag and it may be titled, well, it's #7, so it probably isn't. So it's probably fine. If you had an ongoing for 1 through 6, you're probably going to be attached to 7 automatically. but you may want to check with your local store. And that's it, really, this week. So yeah, some good stuff to check out. Make sure you talk to your store about these things. And of course, we have all the tools necessary if you're a customer of ours to do this yourself. So check that out. And if you're unsure of how to do that, talk to one of our managers and we'll help you out. Thanks for watching. I hope these help, and we'll see you. Bye-bye.